What's good? What's good? Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. Let's get into this. So, here to talk about Chelsie Kryst, who just unfortunately took her own life a day or two ago at 30 years old. Now, for those of you who know, she was the winner of Miss USA in 2019. She was the first African-American female to be the winner in many years. But she was also very accomplished besides in the pageant scene and all that. She was a very, very, very smart woman. She went to Wake Forest. She was practicing law. Very, very, very promising young individual. And she took her own life. She jumped from a high-rise in Manhattan. Nobody really knows why yet. But it's unfortunate. At 30 years old, the whole world in front of her. Beautiful, smart, everything. But it just goes to show you that mental health is real. In a lot of cases, there are people that abuse the mental health thing and, use it as a crutch or whatever. But then there are people that really have problems. And we always associate mental health with people that are poor or, things of that nature. But here's a woman that, by all meanings of the word, was successful. I mean, she was beautiful. She was educated. She was making money. And still in all, there was something missing or something that was affecting her so badly that she decided to take her own life. And it's unfortunate because we see this far too often. It's something that's a reoccurring thing. I'm pretty sure just like certain illnesses like cancer and everything, I think that suicide is something that touches a lot of people, if not most people, that know, whether it be a family member or a close friend or a friend's family member, whatever. We all know or have a story to tell about suicide or how it affected us or whatever, directly, indirectly, whatever the case may be. It's something that's real, man. You don't know what a person is carrying with them. You don't know the pain that certain people are going through. And from the outside looking in, like I said, this woman seemed to have the world by the balls. Like, she was gorgeous, educated, making money. The whole world was at her feet, and whatever she was holding on to on the inside was too much for her to bear. And I always say that is a selfish way out, because you leave a lot of people hurt. You leave a lot of people wondering why. You leave a lot of people wishing that they did more. But there are always signs. And I think that we don't take heed to them enough. We don't take people serious because they do ask for help. Maybe not directly, but I'm sure that looking back, in hindsight is 2020, I'm sure people that are close to her, be it her family or some of her close friends or her co-workers or what have you, will look back on the things that she said, the ways that she acted, certain things about, her that let them know that she was in trouble or in need of help. But they probably didn't look at it or ignored it, thinking, oh, well, this, because like I said, it's not like it's a person that's sitting in solitary confinement and you're like, well, I can understand why this motherfucker want to die. He's sitting in a hole for a year and a half or whatever the case may be, and he's finally had enough and he wants to die. No, this was a woman that, from the outside looking in, you would say has everything that anybody could ever want. But it's obvious that she didn't, because she wound up taking her own life. And no life is more important than the next. So I'm not trying to say, just because she was beautiful or just because she was studying law, whatever the case may be, that her life is more valuable than the dude that's in solitary confinement. No, that's not what I'm saying. All I'm trying to say is that we got to stop looking at it and understand that mental health is something that affects everybody. Every race, every age group, everything. Everybody is affected with mental health, and it's real. And if you have somebody in your life that suffers from it, try to be more understanding to it. Try to understand that these people, sometimes they really can't help themselves. Some people are able to deal with problems and cope with problems, and then there are people that aren't. And whatever was troubling this young woman She felt there was no other way to deal with it but to do what she did. I'm sorry. My heart goes out to her, especially to her family. You know, this is sad, and it's something that we brush under the rug. We talk about a lot of things. We talk about race constantly. We talk about police. We talk about poverty, but we don't talk about mental health enough. In fact, in a lot of communities, especially in the black and brown community, it's looked at as a weakness. We don't look at it as something that, you know, people don't take it seriously. And it's sad to say that, because it's something that affects everybody. Everybody. Trust me. Everybody is affected by it. The way that we cope with it, everybody does it differently. But I feel like everybody is affected with mental health. Everybody's been depressed before. Everybody. I don't care who you are. Depression is real. All these things are real. And like I said, man, my heart goes out to her family, because I know that they're crushed right now. And they're gonna take on a lot of the blame, because they're gonna, you know, it's natural for you to blame yourself when something like this happens. It's natural for you to look within and say, what could I have done more? What should I have done? I should have done this, I should have done that. But in reality, man, we all make choices. We all make choices. And I hope that, you know, somebody takes something from not only my message, but just her life, and seeing that there's other ways, and there are other avenues, there's hotlines, there are friends. Everybody has you know, I feel like everybody at least has one friend, you know what I mean, that you go, and that friend might be your mom, that friend might be your son, that friend might be your sister, you know, whatever the case may be. Your friend might be your coworker, whoever it is. If you're feeling like you can't handle whatever's going on, and you're feeling that you're to the point where something like this is possible, and you're thinking about committing suicide, I urge you to pick up a phone, call the hotline, pick up the phone, call a friend. There's always another alternative. It's not the answer. You're gonna hurt you. You're gonna affect a lot of people negatively. So, if anything, I hope that this woman's life and this woman's experience could help somebody that is thinking about doing this to maybe not do it. Anyway, man, y'all be good out there. Check out the story for yourselves, man. This woman was an amazing person, and she chose to take her own life, and it's very sad. So once again, my prayers and my heart goes out to her family. And like I said, if you're thinking about hurting yourself, man, think again. There's another way, trust me. Till the next time, my people, peace.